Imagine this. A child wakes up in Jakarta, surrounded by fluid waters. A farmer in Africa stares at his dry and cracked land, unable to grow food. A family in Europe suffers through the hottest summer in history. Different places, different people, but the same crisis climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a story from the future. It is happening now. And if you remain silent, the cost will not only be measured in money, but it will be also measured in lives. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings, everyone. My name is Saprial Matthew Ani. I am from the University of Dipa Makassar, and I am honored to represent my university in the National Preliminary Selection of Pemilihan Mahasiswa Berprestasi 2025. In this occasion, I would like to deliver a motivational speech on Sustainable Development Goal number 13 within the topic Climate Action, our responsibility, and our future. When we hear about climate change, it is very easy to feel small, like, what can I possibly do? I am just one student by myself, even just one person and one voice. But history tells us otherwise. Every great movement begins with individuals who dare to stand up, like Nelson Mandela, Malala Yousafzai, Greta Thunberg, and other else. They were just ordinary people like us who refused to be silent, and so can we. Climate change is not only about melting ice caps or polar bears in the Arctic, it is about us, our homes, our food, and our health. In Indonesia, we have seen stronger typhoons, rising sea levels threatening our coastal cities, and unpredictable seasons that confuse our farmers. These are not distant threats, they are daily realities. Now, you might ask, but how can I, especially as a student, make a difference? Let me tell you this. Climate action does not always mean inventing a new technology or leading a global summit. It can be as simple as reducing waste, planting a tree, using public transportation, or even inspiring our friends to make greener choices. In fact, many changes start from young people. For example, students like us who dare to live differently, like choosing a reusable bottle instead of single use plastic, saying no to wasteful consumption, supporting policies and leaders who care about the environment. These are small decisions, but when multiplied by millions, they create a global impact. So here's the challenge. We are one of the generations to fully experience the impacts of climate change, and probably the last generation that can do something to stop it. Think about that for a moment. This means that history will judge us. Will we be remembered as the generation that saved the planet, or the one that stood by and watched it collapse? Now, the answer depends on what we choose today. And that choice is not only in the hands of governments or big corporations, but it is also in our own hands. So I challenge you, be the voice that inspires hope, be the hand that plants the seed of change, and be the heart that chooses sustainability over convenience. The story of our planet is not finished. It is waiting to be written by our courage, our commitment, and our actions. Together, we can turn this crisis into an opportunity, and together, we can build a greener, safer, and more sustainable world. Because when we fight for the climate, we are not only saving the earth, but we are also saving ourselves and generations yet to come. Thank you very much for the kind attention, and hereby I close this English presentation.